Hey guys, so I just wanted to recap and go through basically everything that happened with Mac of all trades. So I looked at Mac of all trades. It was suggested in an article. I did some YouTube unboxing research. I researched, the Better Business Bureau websites. I read their reviews. I saw their offerings, and then I found a iMac 27 inches, 300 so-ish dollars. And I thought, God, that's so good to be true. But you know what? Let's roll the dice. The company checks out. They seem to be responsive. They're based out of Florida, which is nice. It's a U.S.-based company. They've been established for a very long time, so they have a reputation to uphold. So I thought, okay, how bad could it be? The box looked like it had been through a battle. Red tape, the sealed tamper tape, was completely torn off. It was missing on one part. There was a hole in the box. It wasn't even delivered to my door. It was delivered to my neighbor's door down my steps. Now I get it. It's heavy. I wouldn't want to carry it either, but nothing is considered full delivery until it is delivered to the resident. It was not delivered to my residence. But that could be a FedEx issue, right? That's the company who delivered it. I was a little bit concerned. I emailed the representative, said, hey, there's red tape missing. It looks like the box is like a hot mess. There's dents on it. Should I wait or should I just send it back? What should I do? And they're like, don't worry about it. Just go ahead and open it. I open it. Okay, so I'm feeling relieved. There's another box within the box. So I was relieved. I said, great. They packaged it well. I open it. There's foam on the sides. Then I find, in the most sad way, it's cracked. It's like, but it's so strange. Like, how is it encased in styrofoam and cracked like it was dropped in one specific place? So either the people at Mac of all trades didn't do a good job assessing the quality of the machine before sending it to me, or it was just roughly treated in transit. The other thing you should know, free shipping is free FedEx ground shipping. So if you're doing it anywhere outside of Florida, I don't recommend that. I recommend you actually pay for shipping or look somewhere else if shipping's gonna be an issue, because it went from Florida to Los Angeles. It took about 4 to 5 days. I can look up exactly when. But that's going from truck to truck, person to person, and who knows how they're treating it along the way. Most companies, when you buy new electronics, they usually send it to you around 2 days shipping. So it kind of limits the amount of tossing around time and potential for disaster. Had I known, I would have purchased that originally. I did email them and I said, hey, here's a picture of the cracked screen. This is how I found it. And they said, fine, we'll, accept it as a return to ship it back to us, and we'll ship you a new one when we receive the return. I said, is there any way you guys could, expedite the shipping time? And for me, it was more of just so that the other unit had the opportunity to arrive safely. And they said, no, we don't do that. Like, we're gonna pay for free shipping for you to return the broken cracked screen, and we will send free shipping the replacement unit, but it'll all be ground shipping. They were not very concerned with transit time shortening to deliver a better product. Said, well, that's like a whole 2-week process. It takes 5 days for the, cracked screen to go back. It takes 5 days for me to receive the replacement. And they said, you know what, we'll make an exception. They agreed to ship the replacement as soon as the return was processed. So as soon as I went to FedEx and dropped it off, they started shipping my replacement. By the way, that's also the other struggle. FedEx doesn't pick up for free. So even if you're doing a return that's paid for, you have to physically take it to the FedEx store, which if it's a laptop, no problem. If it's a small monitor, no problem. This is a 27-inch monitor. Yeah, so otherwise you have to pay $4 out of your own pocket to get FedEx to come to your doorstep. Apparently I didn't feel like doing that, so I went to a FedEx store to have to drop it off. This is the part where I tell you about the replacement monitor they sent me. Hey guys, check it out. I finally got my replacement iMac from Macs of all trade. Everyone did a much better job so far. We'll have to open it up to see if it actually arrived in one solid piece. First things first, the FedEx delivery guy actually brought it up the stairs this time. As you can see, there is one small puncture mark, but I'm hoping that's just, the outer box, as we've learned And hopefully there's an inner box that was not marred by that puncture. As you can see, the security tape is still intact. Everything else seems okay. Let me look at the bottom. So this looks like the top, because that's where the label is. So we're going to this tape open. Okay. Oh, this is interesting. Check this out. Check it out. What is this setup, guys? No other box inside like the last time. Oh, this is so interesting. Okay, look. Torn, because this was riding around in there. Then we got this little doohickey that's also loose. That should have been secured, I'm guessing. Indeed. This is the power cord. But it wasn't in a padded envelope. I think it should have still been like secured somewhere in the box so that it's not like rolling it around or doing whatnot. And unlike the last time, there is no styrofoam base holder. I guess they expect this. I mean, it is pretty firm, like there's no real give to it, but there was nothing to hold the base. So that's really interesting. Wait, see, look at that hole. I mean, hello. All right, this is heavy. It's not a light situation. So we're gonna go like gently, and then we're gonna slide these guys out. Okay, get this bad boy out of the box. Here comes my dog. She wants to know what the hay is happening. We're gonna gently tip it up. We're gonna move the box on out of the way. Move the box on out of the way. And we're gonna set it down. Okay. Hi, honey. But so far, so good. We don't have any chips. Oh my God, do you guys see it? Right there. Right there. Right there. But that's, you know, that's not a crack. I mean, there is some wear and tear right here. As you can see, this is probably use scratches from previous owner. We've got this little smudge situation here. I don't know what that is. It looks like someone's food stain, but whatever. See, this is interesting. I don't know if I need to worry about this or what. It's like there's paper stuck in there. Oh, it's like gunk. That's weird. Okay, it's like there's like residue or something in between the screen and the base. Oh, but I was able to scrape it off. Okay. There were dust bunnies in these little vents. It was kind of disturbing. I was like, what is this? It was weird that it hadn't been cleaned, because part of their process, and one of the things that attracted me to this, to their refurbishment process, was that they said that actually did clean. See, we could see how clean or dirty the vents are. It does look like it probably would serve me to get like compressed air and just give it a good go in there. But it is important to have proper ventilation, and if they are stopped up, you can't ventilate. So this side's looking a little better. There's a little schmutz in there, but I think I could clean that out. It does not appear to be a crack, right? There. I think it's just styrofoam. Let's quickly look at the base. So as you could tell, there's a couple scuff marks there where you could actually take out the RAM. There's a vent. There are the ports. There we go. Let me give you a good view of the ports. There you go. There is a little something here, but I think that'll, I mean, there are some scuffs here on the little dock here. See how there's scuffs right there. I will say, for my griping of Apple products, that even though they are exorbitantly priced, because they're one of the few manufacturers, they do use metal. A lot of different manufacturers just went straight to plastic, and you could tell they're not as durable. Like, you drop a laptop made from Dell, at least back in the day, I had a few of those myself. You'd be hard pressed to find that it'd be okay. It's probably why they had such a good warranty service, because they knew that you would be replacing it just based on the quality of the materials they used. In terms of quality of the materials used throughout the component, I would say Apple kind of wins hands down, because that's one of the reasons why you can sell refurbished iMac. If you had like a Microsoft-based desktop made by a different manufacturer like LG or Dell, great products, but still they wouldn't be able to be as durable, in my opinion, my humble opinion. It's very heavy. The base and sort of what it looks like. So we got this paracord, which actually looks much newer than the one that they provided the last time. Last time it looked like a little bit dingy, as if someone had used it. I will be honest, it looks a little dusty in the little port area for where the extension cord goes, but that's okay. As long as it works, is really what we care about in this household. Functionality is supreme. Plugged it in. Now we are gonna do the honors. The power button is right here. Fingers crossed it works. Yay! And by the way, this is a much faster startup. Last time it wasn't turning on after I pressed the on button, so I was a little bit concerned. I was like, oh, not only did they crack the screen, but it is a lemon. We'll dutifully wait for it to turn on. Okay, we got a logo. We got a logo. It'll be nice because the ports on this old iMac has USB ports. So no more docks for that bad boy. But it does look like, guys, what is this? Uh-oh. It does look like there's like some fading here, and that there seems to be, is it a broken pixel or something? I don't know what that is. Hold on, I might have to get like a micro cloth to see if it'll come off. I don't know why there's like a black mark on this, and it's like so, I think it's behind the screen. I hope not. That's such a pain in the ass. I did like that it registered my mouse right away. That's positive. United States, continue. Oh, I don't have a keyboard plug. Let's plug in a keyboard. By the way, oddly enough, it kind of smells like, if you get close to the iMac, it smells like a person, which is kind of weird. But I want to show you guys this mark a little bit. Like, what is that? And that showed up at startup. I was hoping it disappeared. Basically trying to sync everything up, which is cute, but not right now. Gotta make sure that I want to keep this bad boy. I finally had the call with the customer service representative, Mac of all trades. Perfectly pleasant gentleman. And he was just like, yeah, you know, based on what's going on with the screen, if that's not gonna work for your needs, we're just gonna have you ship it back to us and we'll give you a full refund. And I was shocked because there was no like, let's try to get your replacement, let's try to like work this out, give you a disc. None of that. Just give us back the iMac, we'll refund you the money. Which ultimately is probably the best thing to happen. I think the graphics card is actually on the way out because after figuring out how to do the target display mode, there were pixelations, and it was almost as if whatever was from my MacBook Pro 2018 that was displayed on the iMac had been imprinted. And I Googled that, and unfortunately that's a graphic card issue, or that is a hint of a graphic card issue. And you need a working graphic card in order to do the target display mode. So even if there's a hard drive failure, all those other things, as long as you have a graphic card that works, then you could do target display mode. But if the primary purpose was target display mode and the graphic card is on the way out, what's the point? I was gonna do a GPU test and I was gonna run the Apple Diagnostics, but it wouldn't even let me. That was cool. Turns out it's not a thing anymore, or not on this machine. There's so many red flags. Stop trying to make it work. Like, this is a sign from the universe. Stop trying to make this work. This unit is not for you. Anyways, so the gentleman and I got into conversation and I told him about the issues, and he was just like, yeah, you know, no, when we mean clear screen, we just mean that you could actually like see through the screen. So you should be able to like read emails and stuff. And I was like, yeah, that's fine for like daily use, but at the same time, like, when have you guys ever received a product or like a computer screen where like you have marks behind, like between the screen and like the glass and the LCD? There was also some haloing effect, so that's also a sign of either graphic card issues or like a connection issue. So basically there's parts of the screen around the sides that were brighter than the other, and then there were also like scuffing that wouldn't go away with like a polish with a microfiber cleaning cloth. So all in all, he was just kind of like not surprised. He's like, oh yeah, you should be able to read emails and do word processing and web surfing, and that's what we meant by a clear screen. If you wanted something for your line of work or what your expectations are, you should have gotten something that's excellent or 2015 and newer. And I was so surprised by that because it's sort of like, what? Like, you said the screen would be clear. I don't know how one could have a different definition of clear. But I didn't want to, like, argue with that. That's not his responsibility, and it's not mine to get him to agree. It's just our definitions are clearly different, and basically today what we're gonna do to end this saga, thank God, hopefully, is we're gonna send it back. I'm going to disconnect my iCloud account from this iMac. Secondarily, I'm gonna erase the hard drive twice. Then I'm gonna boot up from recovery mode and reformat and reinstall the factory version of Mojave, which it came with, so that nobody has access to my data, which is very slim. I didn't really do much on there because I was like afraid. This is the other thing that like killed me. So the box, the replacement iMac that came, it only came with one box. There was no other packaging. It was literally the box and the two sleeves that held the monitor in the middle, which was shocking to me. There's an actual hole on the box that they sent the replacement in, and I emailed the representative. I said, hey, I saw that you guys do provide some boxes to ship back your products for returns. Would it be possible to get a new one or one that I could put this other box in, because there's a hole and I want you to get the unit back the way in which it was sent to me. And he said, oh, if it's just one hole, just put a tape on it. You want me to put a tape on a hole in the box to send your $300 machine? Okay. I don't send like clothes in that manner. I like usually wrap it in something and put styrofoam and make sure the box, all the corners and edges are sealed. There's no holes or wear and tear in the box that would jeopardize the product being sent, but they don't care because what? So that just goes to show you how much care they have for these machines. And I think they were just expecting me to be an average customer and just be like, oh my God, it's so big. It's only $300, yay. And like potentially not notice all the issues that I noticed, but I'm not an average user, so I noticed all the issues. So we're gonna return this. I just hope, knock on wood, that just this whole situation's over and they receive it, they do their check, they're happy, because this has just been too much. And I will figure out a solution to my display woes later. And you'll get so many more videos. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Send me lots of vibes and prayers. I need it, because this has just been too much. Yeah, let me know. Would you guys have kept the machine? Would you guys have been okay with the potential that the graphic card would fail like at any moment? Or would you have sent it back? Honestly, if it was just the clarity issue, I might have considered it, keeping it at a discount, but when the graphic card started to, be on the fritz, that's just a no thank you ma'am for me. So let me know what you guys think. Thanks, guys.